Better Together was a social cohesion program between Lebanese, Syrians, and Palestinian whenever that was relevant. They used arts-based approaches to build social cohesion. So we engaged with youth throughout a full year with 2 different groups during 2 years, through theater, music, video making, drawing, really in addressing storytelling, like just telling their stories, what they want for the future, what are their fears, what are their traumas very often, and being able, through doing that, to build relations. After an initial summer camp where they spent 6 days and nights just living together, cooking together, cleaning together, singing together, really building those initial bonds. Then they continued working together under the leadership of Lebanese, Syrians, and Palestinian artists for 6 months to produce a theater play, to write the lyrics of a song and the music of a song, shoot a documentary, and write a comic, like a drawing book. All of these portray their stories. And just the process of sharing such intimate stories with others was just a sign of trust building. That is a great form of empowerment, and that's what they expressed the most. We came as strangers, and then we lived displaced as friends. A lot of the youth, especially the Syrians, they're not able to go to school for one reason or another. Here we're talking about the age of 15 to 25, so a very difficult group to engage in the educational system in Lebanon, because in Syria they do not go to school in English or in French, while in Lebanon they do. So it becomes very difficult for them to enter the school system. If they're working to literally put bread on the table, not necessarily in very meaningful job opportunities for them or what they would have dreamt for their future. So being able to interact with their peers and become role model to others, I think it's key, because they do become role models. They then go back to their communities and they want to do the same with their peers or with the younger generation. So we have youth from Syrian Palestinian for the Yarmouk camp that now are running improv theater sessions with children in their camp in El Halwe. This is actually the beginning for them to do this kind of work at a much larger scale in their own communities. Really, what we want to look at when we talk about youth programming, children programming, and youth programming is long-term funding streams. Because what we want to do really is to work with a generation, is to start working with them when they're 5, when they're 6, which we do program with children of that age, and then we want to work with them when they're teenagers, and then we want to work with them when they're younger adults. I mean, this is how you're able to actually bring sustainable and systemic change, is when you're able to engage these communities through a generation, basically. When you do a program for 1 year, it's great, you're opening up something, but 1 year is 1 year. I think what we would like to see is definitely much more sustainable engagement from donors that moves us along. So yes, we can have a new group of people, that's great, but what do we do with the first group of people? We need to continue engaging with them. We need to continue supporting them in that development stream that goes from we've not engaged at all to we're ready to engage more to now we want to do ourselves, etc., and accompanying them through that path.